My instincts about you were correct. Your execution of that mission was exquisite. I have linked your battle interface with my command console. I want you to have the privilege of starting the third Tiberium War. The war to end all wars.
If you're a fan of the Command & Conquer series, 3 small words are bound to get you excited. Kane is back. So are a good number of beloved series hallmarks, like a huge amount of full-motion video and intense strategic combat. But Tiberium Wars is a lot more than just lip service to franchise enthusiasts. It's just a superb game that's fun and exciting to play both online and off. No matter which of the 2 main campaigns you start with, you're rewarded with a whole lot of live-action video in between missions, featuring familiar actors getting really hammy in near-future command centers. Joe Kukin has returned as Nod figurehead Kane, and he's as irresistibly creepy as ever. He and other familiar actors serve up a heaping of extravagant solemnity against a backdrop of flashing lights and important-looking video screens. But it's cheesy in the good way. The narrative is structured well, with the Global Defense Initiative and Brotherhood of Nod campaigns telling the same story from opposing viewpoints. It's going to take you a couple dozen hours to get through the campaigns, and just when you think you've finished, there's a little bit more that'll help flesh out the new alien race called the Skrin. Playing as the Skrin is Tiberium War's greatest delight, since the faction is so different from the others. Your first encounters with them in the campaign are breathtaking, since even low-level Skrin units like buzzers look interesting and intimidating. The other factions are equally terrific to play though as well. GDI units tend to be straightforward and powerful, and a huge force of mammoth tanks and juggernauts is a challenge to counter. Nod relies on sneakiness and smart use of unique abilities, but a small force of stealth tanks and Viper bombers can cripple an enemy's economy. The combat is gripping, and the intense and focused battles give you very little time to prepare. Like any RTS, you still need to build up resources, but it's a quick process of plopping down a bunch of Tiberium refineries and power generators, and then finding the action. Because if you don't, the action will find you fast. Once you get past the first 2 acts of each campaign, you'll also discover that Tiberium War's artificial intelligence is aggressive and resourceful, and it's going to take advantage of all of your strategic flaws. You shouldn't take it to mean that technological advancement and thoughtful strategy don't have their places. You won't deal with long and complex tech trees, and it makes Tiberium Wars feel a little limited in that aspect next to advancement-focused strategy games like Supreme Commander, but you do have multiple powers and upgrades to earn by building various structures. The powers run the gamut from GDI's powerful Ion Strike to Nod's Vapor Bomb, and they fit each faction perfectly. As you use units, they level up, making them more effective in battle, and there are some cases where you improve units by more unconventional means. It's obvious that there was a lot of time and attention devoted to the multiplayer. No strategy game in recent memory has been more tailored to competitive play, thanks to fully featured leaderboards, clan support, and an original feature called Battlecast. But if you're just in it to play, you'll find that skirmishing with others is a lot more fun than even against the AI. They're close to 24 maps, and the pitch-perfect placement of garrison-friendly buildings and central Tiberium nodes will get you right into the action. It also helps the Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars is terrific to look at. The unit design is the most impressive part of its visuals. Skrin Annihilator tripods lumber about with a commanding attitude, and Nod Avatar Warmechs advance with heft. Their stature and fantastical nature fit perfectly with the over-the-top nature of the action, as do the titanic nuclear explosions and lightning strikes. There's just the right amount of extravagance in the sound design too, from mission voiceovers to the eclectic soundtrack, which is tinged with orchestral fanfare and heavy metal grinding. And you can't beat the ominous noises of Skrin units and structures.
Rockets ready.
Regardless of your history with Kane and his cohorts, Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars is one of the finest real-time strategy games in years. Suffice it to say, you should play this game and expect to be playing it for a long time to come.